Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Learn Math with Priya. In this video, we are going to see what are rational numbers, what is the definition of rational number, and also we are going to discuss its standard form. Let's discuss what are rational numbers. Rational numbers contains integers, whole numbers, and natural numbers. Okay, so, what is the definition of rational numbers? Any number which can be expressed in the form of p by q, or we can say it can be expressed in terms of fraction. So, p is nothing but the numerator, and q is nothing but the denominator, isn't it? So, it can be expressed in the form of fraction, that is p by q, where p and q should be integers. So, what are integers? What are the numbers included in the integers? Positive numbers, negative numbers, and 0, isn't it? But there is only one constraint here, the denominator q shouldn't be 0. So, again, I repeat, rational number can be expressed in terms of p by q, where p and q are integers, but q shouldn't be 0. That is, the denominator shouldn't be 0. Let's see some examples to understand it better. Consider the fraction 2 by 3. Is it a rational number? Let's analyze. 2 by 3 is expressed in terms of p by q, right? That is in fraction, where p is a numerator, which is 2 here, and q is a denominator, which is 3 here. And p and q are integers. I know 2 and 3 belongs to integers. So, I can say it is a rational number. Why? Because 2 by 3 expressed in terms of p by q. Now consider another example, minus 3. I told you that any number should be expressed in the form of p by q, but minus 3, is there is any denominator specified here? There is no denominator, but I can understand it can be expressed in fraction like this with the denominator 1. So again, it is of the form p by q, hence it is a rational number. And I know p takes the value of integer, which is minus 3, and q is 1. Now consider 0. Is 0 is a rational number? Think of? Yes, it is. Because 0 can be expressed as 0 divided by any number in the denominator. For example, it can be 99, or the denominator can be 1. So, hence it is a rational number. What about 1 by 0? Is it a rational number? 1 by 0, if you compare with p by q, the numerator p is 1, but the denominator q is 0. But as per the definition, q shouldn't be equal to 0, isn't it? So it is not defined. 1 by 0 is not a rational number. Let's discuss the standard form of rational numbers. In order to write any rational number in its standard form, the first point you have to remember is the denominator should be positive. And also, as per the definition, the denominator should not be 0. So now, as per the standard form, the denominator should not be negative, it should be positive. So remember these two into consideration. One, the denominator shouldn't be 0 as per definition, and in standard form, the denominator should not be negative. That is, the denominator may have positive values, but it should not have a negative values. Okay. The next point is the numerator and denominator have no common factor other than 1, which means there should not be any common factor to divide the numerator and denominator with. Or else we can mention that it should be in simplified form. So, suppose if a rational number is not in standard form, what we have to do? We have to convert to standard form. Got it? So, we will discuss few examples for the same. Consider the example minus 3 by 6. So my first point to write it in standard form is the denominator should be positive. So here 6 is the denominator and it is positive. So I don't want to do anything with the denominator, isn't it? Now come to the second point. Numerator and denominator should not have any common factor. But here I can see the numerator is minus 3 and the denominator is 6 and it has a common factor 3. So I'm dividing by the highest common factor, that is 3, and I'm reducing this to minus 1 by 2. So I have reduced to minus 1 by 2, which is in simplest form. So this is how I have to proceed in order to write the standard form of rational. Enter the second example, minus 2 by minus 4. So before writing its standard form, I know the numerator and denominators are negative, so I can cancel it. So my question is 2 by 4. Okay, so now my denominator is positive. I can reduce to the simplified form after dividing by common factor 2, that is 1 by 2. Now consider the third example. If the denominator is negative, 3 by minus 9. So what is my first point? The denominator should have a positive value, right? So I am shifting this negative to the numerator. Okay, so it becomes minus 3 by 9. So the basic concept is I know the numerator is positive and the denominator is negative. So in division, positive into negative is negative, right? So what I'm doing, I'm just shifting the negative sign to the numerator. So it becomes minus 3 by 9. So now I made the denominator as positive. So what is next step? I have to reduce to the simplified form. And I know minus 3 by 9 has a common factor 3. So I'm dividing by 3. So it becomes minus 1 by 3. So this is how I will convert any rational number which is not in standard form to its standard form. Got it? Hope you're clear about the rational number, definition and its standard form. Let's meet in my next video on properties of rational number. Thank you.